Good morning, everyone. Today we get to tackle a movie spin-off show that was made by Disney, so obviously it would work pretty well, even if it only had one of the movie's main characters. I'm talking, of course, about Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Last week I discussed how CGI got off the ground in the 90s. It also sparked CGI animated movies, with the literal father of them all being the undisputed masterpiece, Toy Story. For the few of those who aren't familiar, Toy Story revolved around Woody, a plush sheriff doll, voiced by Tom Hanks, and Buzz Lightyear, a Space Ranger action figure, voiced by Tim Allen. And I know last week I had a bit of a rant due to two of the MLB voice actresses wasting their talents, but this cast is a very mixed bag. Patrick Warburton is Buzz Lightyear, and he usually does a pretty great job. Wayne Knight is Emperor Zurg, we'll talk about that later, and Nicole Sullivan, she's Mira Nova, the main character in today's episode. So you may be wondering why I put this show in this month. Well, today's episode, Supernova, was banned due to drug-related undertones, though the episode itself was trying to warn others about them. Well, let's see what they did. This is Supernova. Buzz and his crew, that's Booster, XR, and of course, Mira, are getting attacked by Zurg's fleet.
You're mine this time, Lightyear!
Well, okay, I'm not going to linger on it, but that is not the voice of a super evil baddie. While Zurg isn't a super serious villain by all standards, he does need a slightly more intimidating voice. With Zurg, Wayne Knight sounds as if he's trying to perform his best Joker impersonation. It isn't working. Anyways, they fight off against the... what are they called? Hornets. Got it. Until a red and black ship crashes into their spaceship. It causes the ship's reactor to go critical. Mira decides to go ghost, or go through, thing in order to reach the center and shut it down.
I am having a really bad day! Not that this wasn't all part of my evil master plan, mind you.
Sure. Keep telling yourself that. Mira emerges feeling beyond great. She even calls her father on the telly.
I ghosted through a crystallic fusion chamber, saved the ship, and that's not all. The energy became, like, part of me. It's amazing!
Yep, that's how it starts. Many who knows what drugs can do to a body can tell you it's not pretty. I think they're alluding to the use of methamphetamines, but it almost plays out like they're talking about steroids. For the record, King of the Hill did a freaking awesome episode on the use of steroids. I highly recommend it. Mira, through the use of a fast-paced montage... You know what? I think I'm just going to play it by itself.
It's fine.
Mira, what are you doing?
The logic board needed dusting. Done.
Looking for something?
Actually, I'm memorizing the star systems. All of them.
All of them?
Done. How about a tune-up star? Done. Am I the only one who thinks this bridge is filthy?
I don't know how to approach this scene. Usually scenes that play out this fast end up very rushed and not very complete. But this one is both incomplete and very complete at the same time. It's as if the viewer is under the same effect as Mira is. Everything is going so sticking fast it's hard to keep up, yet you know exactly what's going on with Mira. To keep her outstanding amount of energy up, we catch her ghosting through the reactor again and again before Captain Nebula and King Nova, voiced by John O'Hurley, to try to bring her off her high. When that doesn't work, her teammates try to stop her from using the radiation.
Perhaps a demonstration is in order. Take this light bulb. Feed it energy, and it burns bright. Keep feeding it, and it burns out.
Yeah, thanks for the show and tell, Professor Science, but I am not a dim bulb.
Anyone else thinking of those Montana Meth Project commercials? They plan out an attack on Zurg. By that I mean Zero goes after Zurg solo while the other three follow. She finds Zurg. Hey, Mira, you get some new mascara or something? You got something under your eyes. Zurg reveals that this was a trap. He fires a beam at her, which causes her to focus her energy on it in order to stop it from putting a new hole into her. Okay, why doesn't she just go through the beam and pick up the energy from it? Anyways, doing so causes her to use up all her energy, leaving her limp and spent.
Ah, Ranger Nova. I must say you're looking positively spent. Perhaps you'd like some energy?
Energy? Please, please give it to me. I need it.
And again, like with steroids or meth, she's desperate for some juice because she can barely move. While one can say she deserves it, I hate seeing her like this. In other episodes, she's actually a pretty great character. One can say she's the Rainbow Dash of the group. Buzz and the group find Mira, but they get trapped as well. King Nova drops by for a moment for some brief exposition, but Mira ghosts through a wall. There's a large power source on the other side of her room. I'm not going to fault her character for this, but Zurg, you're an idiot. You seriously didn't think this would cause any repercussions of any kind. Mira leaves her suit inside the power chamber and begins fighting the urge to use the energy again. They destroy Zurg's evil base as well as a mad scientist ray gun thing he created, and they leave. Mira doesn't get any kind of punishment because Buzz noted her strong character while they destroyed Zurg's place, and the episode ends. This is a hard episode to judge. It's not flawless, but the flaws are so small, they barely have any issue with the episode itself. The voice acting is pretty great, the animation is decent for a Saturday morning kids cartoon, but the most important thing is that I think this episode succeeds in what it was trying to do. The only real problem is the pacing was kinda off, but it had to tell a story long enough for a movie within 20 minutes. I don't exactly think that's much of a problem. And finally we have Mira herself as a character. You can really tell she grows from this experience, and you really feel bad for her when you see her in her moment of crisis. Mainly because said crisis is portrayed with astute realism, which is odd as it's in a space-based cartoon. Some may argue that she got over it lightning fast, but her father flat out says that she had a long, long way to go. Guys, I really can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I'm going to give this episode the full 10 out of 10. I had some legitimate feels toward this episode, and while I see why they banned it, it's a damn shame they did. If you like this episode, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Next week, we wrap up the Lost and Abandoned month with Dante's Inferno. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.